Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Ange, one half of the duo, and today I'm here bringing my updated Dogmatika Eldlich deck profile. But before we get into today's content, I would like to remind you guys all to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to turn on those notifications because every Monday and Wednesday we have new videos coming your way. So without further ado, let's get into today's deck profile. So I've been really enjoying playing this deck. Dogmatika Eldlich is still a very strong contender in today's meta that can outgrind and outplay any of the current meta decks if you know what you're doing. So let's talk about it. 2 Golden Lords, you still gotta play 2 of them. I would not play 3 of it. It's just really not needed, especially because you could just recycle between the 2 Golden Lords pretty easily, and that normally gets the job done. Plus, you don't really want to see it in your hand all too often because you want to search it through Cursed Eldland, so 2 is perfectly fine. You don't want to play more than that. For the Dogmatika package, we play the double Ecclesia and then the 1 Fleur-de-Lis. Now, I still stand by playing this small package because you're going to either search it through Nadir's Servant or you're going to get it through other means. So I think playing the 2 Ecclesia is fine because you don't really want to see it in your hand all too often. When you see it, it shows up at the right time. And then the 1 Fleur-de-Lis, because if you open up the Fleur, that really puts you in a bad position because you want to search it through Titanclad or the Ecclesia if you had drawn the punishment. So I think this small package is fine. You don't need to play anything more than this, and you don't want to play Maximus still because people are playing around that, and Maximus just really isn't that strong to begin with. So this is totally fine, and it's been working out for me very well. And that's all for the monsters. Now let's get into the hand traps. We play Triple Droll and Lockbird. This card is still very good in this meta. All the tier 1 decks like Zodiac, Infernoble Knight, and Dragon Link, Virtual World, they all need to search cards. So if you just lock them out of it completely, you are in a very, very strong position. And also, this deck has the flexibility of running so many hand traps, so why not all the most high impact ones in the deck as much as we can. So definitely Triple Droll, and then we played the generic Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. Now this card is a low impact hand trap, but it's a very good one at that because it just hits so many things, and you never know what you're gonna face this meta because there's just so many rampant decks out there. Definitely Ash Blossom is very good, and especially when you Ash the Alistair, it is very good for you. I like playing Triple Ash. I really wouldn't take it out for anything else. And then we play the Triple Nibiru. Now, a lot of people are taking this out of their main decks. I still play in the main deck because we play in a format where a lot of decks just make a straight up crazy board with Savage, Herald, plus maybe like another Omni Negate on board. If you could stop at least one of those from happening and just letting your opponent maybe make another negate, I would rather have that than deal with a Herald and Savage plus something else. So stopping that in its tracks where I only deal with 1 negate is a lot better than dealing with 4 negates. Especially dealing with Herald is really annoying because everything gets banished. So I'd rather just stop the Herald, and that way I could play at least a little bit. So I think main Nibiru is still very strong, especially for the rogue matchups. It just shuts them down completely and just gives you like an auto win majority of the time. So 3 is fine. Then we go into the spells. We play Triple Nadir's Servant. Now Servant is absolutely busted. It adds from deck or graveyard to hand, so it comes up in the late game as well. Just getting back the Ecclesia and then sending like maybe like an Omega to get the extra search with the Ecclesia is very, very strong. So gotta play 3 of it. This card wins you games outright. And then we play the Cursed Eldland. Now this card is one of the most strongest cards in your deck. Being able to search for any Eldlich or Golden Land card is super strong. Plus when it's sent to graveyard, it gives you a dump. So that way you could just end phase or send a Golden Lord to the grave and then just keep playing from there. Absolutely amazing card. You have to play 3 of it. And then we play the 1 Elixir of White Destiny and 1 Black Awakening. Now, a lot of people aren't playing this in their Eldlich decks. Maybe like in the pure builds and the builds like with Dogmatika, but like a lot of people aren't. And it's for good reason. Sometimes they're not really that great. But I feel that White Destiny is a really nice card to play around Ash, and Black Awakening is just nice to see when you have nothing else in your hand and you don't have any other options to play with. Say like you drew all hand traps, maybe like 1 Golden Land and the Black Awakening. At least you could summon the Eldlich and set whatever Golden Land card that you have and then back it up with hand traps. So that's why I play it. Plus, when you have it, an Eldlich in your hand, and you could send something and then you could just banish the elixirs, it's very strong. So I like playing them. And then for the other spells, we play the triple Pot of Extravagance. Super strong card. Drawing 2 for free in a deck that we don't care about the extra deck all too much. It's just free advantage. And plus, if it does get Ash, then we could continue playing with something else, because we could either play do the black out elixir, or we could use Curse, or we could use Nadir Servant. It's just very, very strong. So drawing 2 is very good. And then for the final spells, we play the Forbidden Droplet. Now this card's absolutely busted. It shuts down your opponent. It destroys the Dino matchup. It just kills the Virtual World matchup. It is such a strong card, especially they can't respond to it and they have the attack with the monsters. It's amazing. So I definitely run 2 of it. Not so much 3. 3 is a bit too much, but you could definitely put it in the side deck. For the traps, I run triple Scarlet Sanguine. There's really nothing to say about this. You have to run 3 of it. It gets you Golden Lord, and plus getting you all Golden Land cards is actually really strong. Same thing with here. Don't need to say anything about this. The triple Conquistador, just free non-targeting destruction on the field, is something very strong. Activates as a trap card. And then we play the triple Vaquero. Same thing, non-targeting banishing on the opponent. A lot of people have been playing 2, but since this is more of the pure version, I say that the triple Hakero is needed, especially in the grind game, so that's why I play 3 of it. And then we play the 1 punishment. I don't want to play 2 of it because I don't think it's that needed, plus you can just recur it back with the Omega, so 1 is perfectly fine. And then we play the triple Infinite Impermanence as our last and final hand trap of the deck. Plays around a lot of different cards like triple Tactical Talents, and also it's really, really nice when you do go first and you set it just to negate a column, especially in Dragon Link, and also Infernal Noble Knight. It actually kind of could kill them too if you just negate the same column where one of the equipped spells is in. And then for the final card, we play 1 Skill Drain. Now I love this card. I've always liked this card. It just straight up wins you games because a lot of decks cannot play around it, and it just kills the Zodiac matchup. It kills Dragon Link, it kills Infernal Noble Knight, and those are some of your strongest matchups. You definitely have to play it. If you can, why not, right? So that does it for the main deck. Let's get into the extra deck. So we play 2 Titanclad. Titanclad is very strong. It searches out your other Dogmatika monsters, and we play 2 of it for Pot of Extravagance, so that's why we have 2. And you normally never resolve 2 of it, but more than half the time you will banish 1 of them through Extravagance. The same thing with double Entis. You will banish at least 1 of them when you do resolve a Extravagance, so having the other one as utility is very strong. Plus it pops anything on the field, so applying that pressure with punishment is very, very crucial. Then we play the 1 Omega just for the recurability of punishment or any other Dogmatika card, or you can even recur back like a Golden Land or Out Elixir if you really wanted to. That way you could keep playing the game. So this card is very, very strong, so I definitely like in the deck. And then for the XC monsters, we play the 1 Pallades because all of our Golden Land monsters are level 5, and just in case if we don't have like Link Creep or something to get rid of it, we have this card that provides some sort of disruption. And then we have the Super Dreadnoughts. We play 2 of them because of time, and also if 1 does get banished, we still have the ability to go into it, burn for 2k, and the opponent normally will concede from there because their life points are either so low and they just have no other resources left to combat it. So it's very nice. And then in tandem with this, we play the rank up of it. So it's 4k body, just attacks over everything. Gotta play it. 1 Link Spider for the Golden Lands, generic Link 2, IP Masquerena, and then we play the Nightmare package with the Nightmare Unicorn, Nightmare Phoenix, and then the Nightmare Cerberus. They're just generic links just to get rid of your Golden Lands when you don't want to see them. Just super nice to have in deck. Plus the utility to discard as well, so that way we can discard maybe something that we don't want in our hand just to get the effect off engrave is also very strong. So finally, to round it all off, we played the 1 Access Code Talker. This just allows us to have another win condition in the deck. So that is it for the main and extra deck. Now my side deck is still kind of in testing, but I really like where it's going. To begin, we play the triple Raw Sphere mode. This deck doesn't normal summon at all. Like maybe you have the Ecclesia, but you can even special the Ecclesia more than half the time. So you never really make a normal summon. So I put Sphere mode because it shuts down Dragon Link, it shuts down Infernal Noble Knight, it shuts down Zodiac, it shuts down Virtual World, because normally they'll have 3 monsters on the field So you just completely wipe away their board, getting rid of their resources, and what can they do after that? I can't tell you how many games I stole against Dragon Link when I just slapped down the sphere mode and they just conceded because they just had nothing else to play with. And then we played the Triple Dark Ruler No More just for combo matches, just to negate the boards. Acts as like another droplet. I'm kind of thinking about changing it for something else, but I'm really not too sure. Maybe I'll throw in some judgments for more going first options, but right now it's been fine. We play the Triple Lightning Storm. You can actually play Cosmic Cyclone for the virtual world matchup, and also you could play the Twin Twisters. I just like playing Lightning Storm because I like more cards that just blow my opponent out the water. So I play Triple Lightning Storm just for that. And also back row decks are really annoying this format. For the final cards, we play double XYZ Encore and then the last Forbidden Droplet. Play 3 droplets just in case if I do have a matchup where it's just really annoying and I don't have a lot of other options to negate things. So I just put in the 3rd droplet. It really comes up with the Dino matchup, and the XYZ Encore is just for the Zodiac double Azus turbo deck that is very prevalent this format. Just getting rid of their monster, putting it back in the deck, and then just having them not being able to respond to it is very strong. And that's kind of like the idea with my side deck. How many cards can I use that say my opponent cannot respond to? Like, they really can't respond with the sphere mode because they're still getting their things tributed. The Dark Ruler No More, they can't respond with monster effects. And then the Forbidden Droplet and then XC Encore, the opponent doesn't have a chance to respond with. So that's kind of like what I want. If I'm making a side deck, I want something that just completely shuts my opponent down and does not let them play the game. Speaking of not letting play the game, we play Triple Summon Limit. This deck plays around Summon Limit so easily because if the opponent summons something twice, you flip this up, they can't play anymore. Combo decks just cannot play through this, like, at all. So that just about does it for my deck profile, guys. I really appreciate you all for stopping by and watching it. Put a lot of time and effort into making this Eldlich list, making it really consistent, and being able to combat what is currently we consider tier 1. If you guys are playing Eldlich, I would like to see what kind of variants that you're playing. Something I have been testing is the Zodiac Dogmatika Eldlich. It seems like a really interesting deck, so I'm really interested to see where the deck evolves, especially coming up in this new format we have in December with the new ban list. Without further ado, thanks for watching this video, and we'll catch you guys later. See ya.